too hot all week. It's been like 100 degrees all week. I mean, I try to get out there and look for, you know, things that are not natural to me, that don't look natural to me, but I'm not even gonna lie, I don't last long out there because it is so hot. The mosquitoes and horseflies they're out of control. Oh my God. Try to find answers. I'm trying, that's all I can do. After the knocks that I heard last year, I mean, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. And we'll see what happens, but I'm telling you right now, I mean, because I know what I heard, I'm persistent, and I'm gonna keep on trucking, keep on squatching, baby. So, and hopefully you guys follow me on this journey and all the other adventures that I do that are coming up. Oh, also thank you for watching the Hudson's Outdoor Adventures. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. You guys are awesome. There's gonna be I got some good stuff coming up. I believe October. In October, I'm gonna do probably a week-long backpacking trip in the Smoky Mountains. So that'll be pretty awesome. Take you guys with me on that. I have a great video set up for that after the trip, obviously. But as soon as I'm done with this, and then I'll be going up to see my family for the 4th of July. Then after that, I'll be planning for the Smoky Mountains backpacking trip. Well, I kind of just went off trail a little bit, just to get out, do some, you know, put in some footwork. But it's so hot. Oh my God, it's too hot. Just walking back through these trails here, just seeing if I can see anything really. These mosquitoes and horseflies are out of control. Oh my God. Tell you what, there's a lot of deer tracks back here. A lot. Seen some really big buck prints. I'm not gonna walk out there, but let's see if I can. It's a big tree break back over there. Could be normal. Could be, maybe not. Let's see now, even things like that, with the tree breaks, as far as that goes, you know, that they say maybe it's a territorial thing. You know, don't go past this or whatever, but well, this is all new territory for me over in this part. Really, I'm just been walking around looking for, you know, any type of tree breaks, bends, X's, all that good stuff. I know I did see, when I had drove through here earlier, I put an orange trail marker tape, you know, on the side, just, you know, trying to see spots of interest that I want to come back and actually look at, because it's like 100 degrees out here, and it's been like this all week. It's been unbearable to actually come out here and even try to do any type of research whatsoever. It's hot, but you know, to find the elusive squatch, you got to do what you got to do. All right, let's see. see, where was that at? I don't know. It's just so hot. I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is. It's hard to do anything. I keep sweating. A little too much. It's hot. Let's see. I don't know. I swear to God, like when I was watching, oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. My heart is pounding 100 miles an hour. This spider web is gigantic. I hate spiders. Go figure, huh? I'm searching for an 8-foot creature, but I will scream over a spider. I hate spiders. Hate them. Earlier I'd seen a couple different little tree break here. I mean, obviously this tree's dead, so I'm not thinking much of this. So now something like this, I'm gonna say definitely storm damage, or wind, whatever. Could be anything, but definitely don't associate this with the Sasquatch. I just think it's old. It's who knows what could have done that. I don't know. Some people might think different, but see, stuff like that, no way. I mean, that's totally, that's natural to me. Yeah, it's a high break, but still looks like natural tree fall structure to me. Let's see, where I seen there was an X shape somewhere around here that I did see when I was walking around earlier, and I have no clue where that's at right now. It's so hot, guys. Oh my God, it's so hot. But thanks for coming with me on this little journey here to look for the elusive Sasquatch. I haven't heard anything since last year. Obviously I haven't seen nothing, but hopefully one day that'll change if I continue to be persistent on things, See, now even a tree like this, like, I don't see no break in it at all. I mean, and it's bowed and everything, but again, I'm not gonna associate this again with nothing. I'm not gonna associate this with no Sasquatch or anything. And this is, a lot of people are so quick to jump on, like if they see a tree bowed or any type of axe or a tree break, and right away it's Sasquatch. You got to be a little more critical when making decisions like that, because my opinion is when people start believing all stuff like that and start taping it and saying, oh, this is a Sasquatch, this bend's a Sasquatch, and they keep saying everything's a Sasquatch, every bend is a Sasquatch, every break in the tree, every axe, and it's, you can't do that. To me, when people do that, they make people not want to believe in the subject. I look for things that actually you need an explanation for. Obviously if you see a tree structure and branches are lined up against a tree and it doesn't look natural, now something like that I would have to question. But what I just showed you about the tree break, this tree bend, to me it's all natural. I don't associate any of this with Bigfoot or anything like that. through here through days. I got a camp set up back here. I put like orange trail markers on. I've been driving through these like logging roads and putting trail markers to, you know, stuff that has caught my eye that I want to investigate further. And if I feel that it needs further investigation, then obviously I'm going to share that with you guys. But I'm not going to waste your time on just, you know, garbage. I want to see some good stuff. But all this area is new to me, this part that I've been searching in lately. So all right, now something just caught my eye driving on this road that I didn't see this before. It doesn't look like anything, okay? It doesn't look like much, but my thing is, okay, consider natural tree fall. This tree is alive, it's not dead, clearly. So now you have all these branches that are stacked up. Again, it don't look like much. Anybody can just drive right by this. But my thing is, how do all these branches, okay, the ones that are lying like a teepee shape, how did they get like that? They obviously didn't fall from this tree. Nothing, no tree around here is dead. All these trees are new growth because they logged this area years ago. So everything back here is fresh. Man, there's so many bugs. Fresh vegetation. So this is something like I have doubt about, is like, that's not natural tree fall to me. How did those stack up like that on their own? You know what I'm saying? So now that stuff that interests me big time, because that's not natural. Something or somebody did that. 100%. That's my belief. 100%. Something or somebody did that. That is not natural. There's no way those branches fell from anywhere and just stacked up like a teepee shape. That doesn't happen. But again, people would just walk right by that. Again, people would walk right by that and not even think twice about it. But you gotta have the Sasquatch eye. But for real, like, that's not natural to me. No way is that natural to me. Pretty cool. Awesome. See? You guys found that with me. That was the first. I just seen that right now driving down this road for the first time. I mean, I'm just looking. It's too hot to be walking out in there, so I'm taking these logging roads and I'm just trying to, you know, see if I can find stuff that catches my eye like that. There's no way that's natural to me. There's just no way. If that was natural, you would have all around that area. Why wouldn't there be the same type of tree fall, so to speak, all around it? And again, all this vegetation around here, there's no dead trees over here. All those trees are, they're new growth. Like literally probably in the last 15 years or so, if I recall right, the last 15 years, 20 years even maybe, that they've logged back here. All these trees are new growth. No dead trees around that whatsoever. So one, where did those branches come from? Because those are clearly from a dead tree. So they had to have been brought in there. You know, they had to have been, because they didn't fall from any tree anywhere around there. So that's crazy. I don't know. Some people might, you know, I don't know if you guys might not think anything of that, but to me that interests me a lot. And that's the type of stuff that, on top of, like, you know, the knocks that I heard, when I see stuff like that, gets my juices flowing, you know? That was awesome. All right, so we shall continue the search, continue on down the road. Let's see what we find. All right, crazy story. So I met this couple earlier. They stopped me about my logo on my truck. This is crazy. So they just want to talk to me about my experience, because their little nephew is a Bigfoot fanatic. So I'm gonna put them on and share this with you guys.
Trey, you're gonna hear a story. Mike's a really, he's a.
So we got this is all about, for little man Trey. Here's the reason I'm here. Say hi, Trey.
Say hi. Say hi.
Future Sasquatch. Hey, he's shy. How do you think I feel, buddy?
No pressure.
No, none at all. None at all.
We're getting everybody to come out.
Anyways, so these nice folks invited me out to their home to talk about my experience. But like I said, no, it's not just Bigfoot what I do. I hike. I go to Smoky Mountains. We hike. So we're sitting there. Okay, now Bigfoot they say the way they communicate supposedly is through wood knocking and all that stuff. If you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah.
So but everything I ever heard people say was, oh, I heard one knock, I heard 3 knocks, and blah blah blah. I swear to God, probably 30 to 40 knocks in a row, consecutive in a row. But, okay, so here's how it went. We're sitting at the bonfire, just sitting there, just quiet as can be, deep in the forest. And all of a sudden we just hear and honest to God, it sounded like it was literally from here to that patch of trees where you're at. Okay, but I can't see because it's dark, and obviously in the woods, you put your hand in your face, it's pitch black. So we're sitting there, and we just hear this wood knocking. Now, it ain't just like average wood knocking. Like the way I explain this to people, honest to God, and this is why I still do this. If you can just cranking on another solid piece of wood, if you can imagine that sound like duck, duck, like really, really loud. You know what? I can't mimic that sound with wood in my hand. I can't get that loud. So it started just going like duck, duck. It's banging like duck, duck, duck. It's doing like that.
Were you scared?
At first I couldn't even wrap my mind around what I was hearing. Like my first thing was, it was someone trying to screw around with me and my wife. I said, I'm giving you guys one more chance. Until you keep screwing around, you better say something now, or I'm gonna shoot. And it kept going. So I took my AR in that direction and in the ground. Now I'm way back in state land. Obviously no houses or anybody around. So I'm not just I'm not shooting at people. I just shot that way, and I let off about 8 to 10 rounds. I swear to God, I was like, boom, boom, boom. And instead of this thing stopping, now, if it was a human being, right, anybody would have said, hey, hold up, we're just messing around. Ain't nobody a hero with a gun like that. So after I shot, then the wood knocking start. If it makes sense, I got more aggressive and louder.
Like how long after you stopped shooting?
Immediately. It never stopped. The knocking.
You already jumped the pods of Bigfoot.
So what are you thinking next? What are you gonna do next?
Just
get in the car.
What am I gonna do?
I know.
No, listen, I shit you not, because I can't fear something I've never seen. You know what I'm saying? Like I prior to this, it's a mythological beast, but I believe something like that could exist. I have my dog, I had an AR-15, I had a lot of ammo, I had a 45 on me, so obviously I wasn't scared to be in the woods. I'm not scared of animals because I hiked the backcountry and whatnot. I stayed and I slept in my tent all night. Honest to God.
When did the knocking stop? After a minute?
It stopped after.
A minute after the shooting, or?
Oh, hold on. See, now I'm getting myself off track. Like I told you, after the knock stopped, me and her sat there. After I shot, it continued on. Honest to God, it was probably 40 plus wood knocks. That's maybe even more than that. It was just an ungodly amount, and every one was just loud as the last one. You know what I mean? Yeah. And a human can't even cock his arm back to get that repetitious movement and have that power behind it. You can't. I mean, I tried mimicking it, and then after 4 or 5, my hand starts hurting because I'm trying to really crank on it to mimic that. Prior to those knocks, we heard coyotes going crazy. All of a sudden, dead silence. Then those knocks started. Then 20 minutes after that, we're done. Me and her are sitting there talking about what it could be. I swear to God, and I can't do the vocal range. It was like a yell, howl, like a scream, howl type of sound. What is that? Oh my God, what is that? Because immediately I'm thinking it's people here to mess with me and my wife. 100%. That was my sole thought, because it was undeniable wood knocking. So
but you were in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle
you didn't hear a vehicle or
nothing.
anything?
There's one word. The trail I'm at, actually, the trail goes down about 1.5 miles, probably in, and it's dead ends. So there's a one-way in and a one-way out. I'm the only one all the way in.
Yeah.
Nobody
can. Walking
nobody.
3 miles.
Not 1 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody gonna be in the woods 1 o'clock in the morning, pitch black.
Looking for someone to.
I wouldn't see no flashlight.
With
nothing.
Coming at you.
Nothing.
Did you smell anything? Because that's what they always say, is that
No.
they smelled something horrid.
I didn't smell anything. I didn't smell nothing.
But that yell.
That yell was the icing on the cake for me.
Yeah.
Because the aggression behind the knocks, and it's hard to explain to somebody like an aggressive wood knock. There's no such thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Well, yeah,
that's the only way I can
people
say
can
it.
knock on your door differently. You
Right,
can tell when
so you
it's-
understand that, yes,
Yeah.
with the, exactly,
Yeah.
good analogy, with the door knock. If you're knocking, then bang, bang, just
Yeah,
banging on
versus
it.
just like,
Well,
yeah, I'm here for some
yes.
sugar or something.
So that's basically that with solid wood pieces doing it. It was
Same.
crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, like I said, I can't fear what I don't see, you know, and I've hiked by myself, I've camped by myself. So I'm not obviously scared of the forest. I love that stuff. I love it. And I always have a gun on me. So whether it's a false sense of security or not, I still always have a firearm on me. So I feel pretty, you know, comfortable and confident out there. But there was no reason for me to leave because I really didn't know what it was I heard. I can't say it was a Bigfoot.
Did you sleep that night?
Yeah, I slept fine. I really did. Hey, and she did too. And she slept fine too. It's just crazy. I mean, I don't know. There's no other way to put it. Like at the time, I'm not fully. I'm convinced it's a Bigfoot. She's not, but I'm still trying to wrap my mind around like, did I just hear what I heard?
Right.
Because I've always been a Bigfoot believer. But that's as far as it went. Is my belief. Period. But now I'm dealing with the thought like you just heard what everyone says they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but
Like textbook
on
kinda.
a scale way greater than. On a scale way greater than 1 to 3 knocks. That's all I ever hear. Oh, 1 knock or 3 knocks. I'm like, I heard 30 or 40. You know, so,
But we'll share it now.
I mean, I appreciate it, but honestly, guys, you know, you invited me here. This is not. I didn't.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the
it's-
camera.
Yeah.
It's just I figured why not if you. I
It
might
was
as well
so
record it,
sweet.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad you
awesome.
guys
Thank
enjoy
you
it.
so much.
Yeah, too bad he's got a short attention span.
Yeah.
He'll be talking about it, I'm sure. For
Yeah.
We got to have a picture taken with you and him in front of your little car thing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You'll get such a
That'll
kick.
work.
That'll be so
Oh,
good.
that's so sweet you came.
I appreciate you guys inviting me over to that.
Oh
was
my
awesome.
God.
Thanks for taking your time out.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
appreciate
Mike,
it.
that was
Thank you.
cool.
Thank you. Thanks
That
for
was
having
awesome.
me. Thank you.
That was neat. I promise I won't stalk you anymore.
All right, well, I'm just gonna cancel that. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Hey, my pleasure.
Okay.
Let me cut this
Come
off.
here. Let's see
I'd like to say it was a pleasure meeting all you guys. You guys were amazing, made me feel really comfortable, and not gonna lie, I was nervous as hell coming there. I was expecting maybe like Marla, her brother, and grandson and whatnot, but I wasn't expecting. There was like 20 people in that house, but they made me feel really comfortable, and they were very welcoming. What a beautiful family. You know, we got to talking about, they asked me how long I've believed in that. And honestly, like, I've believed in it as long as I've been able to rationally wrap my mind around what it is I'm believing in. 8-foot creature, you don't believe in Bigfoot or you're skeptical about it. You know, you have to ask yourself, what was it, like 10,000 years ago, I believe, it was called Gigantopithecus. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it was a bipedal ape, walked on 2 feet 10,000 years ago. So my thing is, obviously, there was a creature on planet Earth that did roam this Earth, yes, 10,000 years ago, which is really not that long ago considering how long Earth has been here. So it's not so far-fetched that if something did roam this Earth 10,000 years ago, that somewhere along the way, they might have thought it went extinct and stayed hidden or whatever, and we have modern day Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it. So it's not far-fetched for something to exist like that, because in reality it did exist. Maybe not in our lifetime, but it did exist on this earth. So there's been lots of animals that have been wrote off as extinct, and they're not extinct. So that's one thing. Also, if you go back to like primitive times, I'm sure a lot of you Bigfoot researchers, you've seen the cave drawings and stuff like that depict what I believe would be a Sasquatch, the way they carved it out on the stone and whatnot. So my thing is, there wasn't TV back then, there was no such thing as fame and fortune. I keep hearing noise over there, it's freaking me out right now. There was no such thing back then as like fame and fortune, so obviously they weren't doing it for notoriety or anything like that. So my thing to you skeptics is,
what were these people seeing that they felt compelled to draw or carve on granite, you know, on cave rocks or whatever. They obviously seen something, and I'm sure, skeptic or not, you can clearly look at their cave drawings and see what they were trying to say that they've seen or whatever. I mean, clearly looks like a bipedal ape full of hair, the way the drawings are. So, you know, stuff like that, I mean, you got to think outside the box and just open your mind up and, you know, and think, could there be something out there like that? Definitely we have the habitat to sustain a big animal like that, whether you believe it or not. For instance, where I'm at right now, I'm in Michigan, and I've always been a believer in Bigfoot. That's as far as it went. I just believed in it. I didn't go out hunting for Bigfoot, looking for clues or anything, until I had my experience. Once I heard that and I knew what I was hearing is what all the Bigfoot researchers said is associated with Bigfoot as far as wood knocking. So my thing is, when I heard those wood knocks, they were undeniable wood knocks, 30 to 40 of them extremely loud. You need hands to knock on wood, okay? So I'm not gonna sit here and say I seen a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch, because I didn't. I'm not gonna say I heard one, because I can't say I heard what I didn't see. But do I believe I heard one? Absolutely I do. My rationality on that is, you need hands to knock on wood. Plain and simple. I think we can all agree to disagree on that. You need hands to knock on wood. I'm telling I swear to God, there's something back there. Time out. I gotta ask myself, okay, if it wasn't those, what is left? You need hands to knock on wood, right? And horseflies. So you need hands to knock on wood. 1 o'clock in the morning, deep in the state forest, camping with my wife, and hearing those knocks, I know 1,000,000% there was no humans out there other than her and I, and the trail we were down was a one way in, one way out type of deal, so I was the only one way back there. I'd have seen anyone trying to come back there, and no one's going to be back in the woods at 1 o'clock in the morning trying to screw around with a camper, knowing that pretty certain they're going to have a firearm on them, because as most campers do when you're out in the backcountry, you're going to have a firearm on you, or you should anyways. But point is, no one's going to be out there snooping around 1 o'clock in the morning trying to harass campers. So based on that, since that day when I heard those knocks, it took my Bigfoot belief just from going to being content with being a believer, as to now I need an answer for what I heard that day. And so my search continues, and it's just going to continue until whenever, until I find something that satisfies me on what I heard. I mean, that's the only way I can put it. I'm an outdoor adventurer. Obviously, that's my channel. I love to hike. That's my passion. So, but in between those hikes and other outdoor camping trips or whatnot, I'm going to continue to do Bigfoot research and Bigfoot hunts. Just try to sharpen my skills and watch more videos, documentaries, whatever, and just get as much knowledge as I can about Bigfoot or Sasquatch. But I will continue my search. So if you guys, I don't know, if you guys are just stopping by and you'd like to join me on those adventures, please think about subscribing to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Or hey, give a big thumbs up, big thumbs down, whichever, comment. Give me some constructive criticism about my videos. If you don't like what I do, you know, that's fine. I don't care. I'm doing it for myself. I videotape all my adventures anyway, so I figured why not share it with people that would enjoy it or enjoy the same stuff I Anyway, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you guys so much for watching. And also, little Trey, I'd like to say, what's up, buddy? It was a pleasure meeting you. And hopefully one day when you get old enough, you'll be out there squatching, and maybe one day we'll be able to hook up, my man, okay? And to the family that invited me to their home, thank you guys so much. It was my pleasure. You guys are awesome. Trey, you are awesome, man. I can't say enough about you, honest to God. Beautiful family. So anyway, on that note, thank you guys again so much for watching. Stay tuned to the next adventure. I have a backcountry hiking trip coming up in October in the Smoky Mountains. Hit that subscribe button, please. But right now, I gotta go. I've been up here too long. I gotta go back home. So see ya.